Hi, I'm Adam. I'm the creator of Coinos, and I'm going to take you on a tour of it today. Coinos is a Bitcoin wallet app. You can get to it at coinos.io and click the Create New Account button to get started. This is going to give you a guest username with 100 Satoshis as your starting balance. This is a welcome gift that I give out to new users on my server. That's worth about 1 cent Canadian at today's exchange rate. We can cycle through a few other national currencies by clicking on the currency symbol here. So I can see what my holdings are worth in Japanese yen or US dollars. If you're interested in other currencies, you can go into your settings page and search for the ones you like, add them to your list here. You can also go ahead and set your username. I'm going to call this account Bob. And if you don't set a password, then it just starts off with as blank. So I can just log out and come right back in as Bob. I'm going to see my balance and payment history here if I've had any. So Bob's ready to go. That's all it takes to set up an account. You'll notice we didn't have to enter an email or any personal information. You can pretty much use this anonymously if you like. And Coinos is available on the Tor network if you happen to be running a Tor browser. So in the left window, I'm going to log in with an existing account, Alice, that I've already given a little bit of funds to. And let's go through receiving our first payment. So Bob's going to request $1 over the Lightning Network. We're given these three options here. Lightning's going to be the fastest and cheapest one, but I'll go through all of them in a second. So this is a Lightning payment request. We can take this to any Lightning-enabled wallet, and they should be able to understand it. In this case, I'm going to paste it into Alice's send page. I also could have scanned the QR code with my camera function down here. And it's going to tell Alice the ID of the Lightning node she's sending to. This happens to be Coinos' node. And we're sending $1, and you'll notice the fee is 0. So because we have a direct channel between our Lightning nodes at Coinos, any two users of Coinos are going to be able to send payments back and forth for free over the Lightning Network. So that's a great option if you want to receive some small payments up to a few $100s. You won't have to bleed any money to fees. You can send them back as many as you like, and it's completely frictionless. Okay, so let's try sending a payment out now. With Lightning, our balance is credited immediately. As soon as this payment's received, the money is considered spendable. We don't have to wait for any block confirmations or anything like that. So we can go ahead and request another payment back the other way. I'm going to ask for 50 cents back. This time we can do it over the Bitcoin network. So even though we received our funds over Lightning, Coinos doesn't distinguish what method they were deposited in. It lets you send payments out or withdraw money using any of the networks. So it's a good way to go in between the three Bitcoin networks, Lightning, Liquid, or Bitcoin, without having to pay any additional fees other than the transaction fees. So let's see how this works. In this case, I'm going to add a tip to the payment as well, to the request. So if you're a retail merchant and you want your customers to be able to tip you, you could run Coinos on a tablet or on your mobile phone and just let them choose from one of these presets here, or they can add a custom tip if they like. In this case, I'll just do 15%. Let's copy this request and paste it into Bob's payment page here. This time, instead of sending to a Lightning node, we're going to a Bitcoin address. It's telling us the amount in Canadian dollars, or we can see in Satoshis or Bitcoin if we like. And this is the fee that's being recommended for the transaction to get it processed into the block in a timely manner. We can raise or lower this fee rate if we like. I'm going to set it to the minimum 1,000 Satoshis per kilobyte. Okay, so now we've sent a payment out over the Bitcoin network, and it's gone back to Alice, but it's considered unconfirmed. So in this case, because it was a Bitcoin payment, not a Lightning payment, we do have to wait for a block confirmation before these funds are spendable. We can go and look at this on a block explorer and see some more information about the transaction if we like. We can also just go to our payments page, and it'll tell us the basics, the time and date that it came in at. And here it's telling us the fiat rate, or the national currency that we've selected. And it's separated out the tip for us, so that's for accounting purposes. It might be nice to know what amount was meant to be for a tip. And this amount here isn't going to change, even if the exchange rate of Canadian dollars to Bitcoin fluctuates. it's always going to show 50 cents here, which was the value that it was worth at the time of sale. So if you're considering that you just purchased Bitcoin from your customer, then for accounting and taxation purposes, this might be handy to know what the market rate was at the time that you actually made that transaction. Okay, so the last method that we haven't looked at yet is the Liquid network. So let's just request 50 cents back over Liquid. This is going to be very similar to the Bitcoin network. We're going to be sending to an address, and you can add a transaction fee here. In this case, it's a Liquid address. And with Liquid payments, if you explore them on the Block Explorer, you're going to notice that the amounts are considered confidential. So that means that an outside observer won't be able to tell what amount was transacted, which means it's a little bit more private than the original Bitcoin network. And the other thing with Liquid is transactions confirm every minute. So there's no mining process. The blocks are created every minute no matter what. And the network's a lot less congested than the original Bitcoin network. So fees are usually lower, and yeah, blocks occur every minute. So your transactions always pretty much confirm within a minute, even if you set the lowest fee rate. The reason to use one of these Liquid or Bitcoin networks versus Lightning would just be if you're trying to do a larger amount that Lightning can't handle, because Lightning's limited to a few $100s at a time. But I've sort of designed Coinos to be just a convenient spending wallet. I don't really expect people to be storing large amounts in here. There are better options for that if you're wanting to invest in Bitcoin and keep them for the long term. I would use a paper wallet or a hardware wallet for that. Coinos is open source, so if you don't want to use my custodial service here, you can run it on your own computer or your own server. If you have your own Bitcoin node or your own Lightning node, you can use Coinos as a front end to connect to those and be able to access them from a website. So you don't have to install any app or synchronize a blockchain or set up a payment channel. You can just create a simple account like we did here, and you can let other people create accounts to use your nodes if you want. So if you want to let your family or your friends access your nodes and send payments in and out of them, this is a really easy way to do it. And it's all been designed to work nicely on a mobile screen, so you can run this on your phone. We even have a button to add this to your home screen, so you'll get a launcher icon. You can run it in full screen mode if you like. You won't have to open your browser window and type the URL. It'll just launch it like an app. And I think that's all I really wanted to cover today. I'll just briefly sign in with a Facebook account here. Just show you that we also have an option to see if any of your Facebook friends are using Coinos. So this is nice because in this case, you don't have to enter a username or password. You can just log in with your Facebook. And if any of your friends are on here, you can push payments to them. So what I mean by that is I could send an unsolicited Lightning payment to this Adam guy, and he doesn't have to create an invoice or a payment request. I can just send that off to him, and Coinos will take care of generating that Lightning request for him. So the next time he goes to log into his account, he'll see 50 Satoshis waiting for him there. So this is an easy way to send money to your friends. Yeah, I think that's all I wanted to talk about. So if you need to contact me, my contact's on the About page here, and all the code for Coinos is open source on GitHub. There's instructions on how to run it and connect it to your own nodes if you're interested in that. And it's available on the Tor network, so our Tor node is down here, and our Lightning node if you want to open channels with us. Thanks for watching today. I hope you give it a try, and let me know if you run into any issues or if you have any feedback for me. Thanks for watching. Bye.